Welcome, welcome. Today you will learn how to make 4 breakfast cereals using oatmeal, Kamut Flakes, brown teff, and cream of wheat. I made some fresh coconut milk for these recipes, so don't forget to check out the link. Starting off with the teff cereal, add in 20 ounces of water. When that comes to boil, using a whisk, we want to carefully stir in 4 ounces of teff. Don't use a spoon because it's easy for it to make lumps, and even if there are some lumps afterwards, it won't be much, so you can just break them apart. We will let it boil for 15 minutes on medium heat. The thing is, you wouldn't want to cook with milk right away because the grain is still raw. If that will work for you, then that's good, but let's practice pre-boiling first with water and then afterwards put it together by adding the milk. So I was just mixing every 3 to 5 minutes, ensuring there are no lumps so I can break it apart. And as we can see, only 5 minutes is left. It is coming along very well. All the water is dried up. This is perfectly done, and this recipe made 13 or 25 ounces, but we only need 5 ounces for the meal, so the rest can store in the refrigerator. Now let's put it together. Adding in 4 ounces of the coconut milk and 5 ounces of the prep teff. The spoon ain't working, so we need to whisk it apart. If you are getting value from this video thus far, please like, consider subscribing to our channel, and share, which is very beneficial for our channel. Then we're going to add in 3 teaspoons of agave sweetener. I think it was needed and it added flavor because teff is very greeny and stern, so yes. Let's mix together on low heat and it is ready to serve. You have 2 options: to eat as is, which I prefer, or you can add fruits to it such as bananas, strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, or whichever fruit you prefer. Let's now prepare the Kamut Flakes. Using Shallow Farms Kamut Flakes, add in 2.5 cups of water. So here I thought my device was recording, so sorry, but it wasn't. But I added 2 to 50 ounces of apples, 0 to 200 pounds of Kamut Flakes, and we will let it boil for 2 minutes only. This type of grain gets soft very quickly, so we don't want it to overcook at all. The 2-minute timer was also good for the fresh apples, which gave them a nice texture. It is now finished. Let us strain. This recipe made 10.55 ounces, but we only need 5 ounces for the meal we will now prepare. Add in 4 ounces of coconut milk and 5 ounces of prep Kamut Flakes. We only want it to boil for 30 seconds. And at the same time, we want to add in 1 teaspoon of agave sweetener, and now after that it's ready to serve. You can eat this Kamut Flakes just as is, which I prefer, or feel free to add fruits such as bananas, strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, and if you prefer to add a little bit more coconut milk, that's fine as well. Let's begin the cream of wheat. Add in 10 ounces of water. When that comes to boil, we want to whisk in 2 ounces of cream of wheat. Once that is whisked in properly, let boil on medium heat for 1 minute. When the water dries up, we want to add in 4 ounces of coconut milk and 1 tablespoon of organic brown sugar. Then let's whisk everything together. Let boil for 5 seconds and it is ready for serving. I prefer cream of wheat just as is with some cinnamon, sea salt, and vegan butter. But if you prefer, feel free to add bananas, strawberries, raspberries, or any fruit you prefer. I also added some chia seeds. Let's start making the oatmeal. Using Quaker oats, we want to add in 2.5 cups of water. When it comes to boil, add in 2 to 50 ounces of apples and 0 to 200 pounds of oats. We want to mix and let boil for 5 minutes on medium heat. I used fresh apples too. They were nice and crunchy, so the 5 minutes cook time for them was perfect. If you're using softer apples, simply put them in the pot at 2 minutes remaining. It is now finished, so let's begin straining. And this recipe made 11 ounces, but we only need 5 ounces for the recipe. Adding in 4 ounces of coconut milk and 5 ounces of the prepped oatmeal, along with 1 teaspoon of optional nut butter. Ensure the butter melts down perfectly. It is now finished, so let's plate. You can decide to eat it just as is, which I prefer, or feel free to add bananas, strawberries, raspberries, and some blueberries, or whichever fruit you prefer. Chia seeds, extra coconut milk, and agave syrup is optional. This is the finished look on one way you can prepare your oatmeal. If you've gotten value from this video, please consider subscribing, like, and share, which will be very beneficial to our channel. Comment below your favorite, or feel free to recommend another grain you may want to know how to prepare. Thank you so much for watching. See you in my next video.